And we're back. We are here once again. Mike, how are you? I got to pull you in the screen somehow.
Yeah, kind of make me appear. Look, I'm a very small sliver. There it is.
There you are.
Oh. Didn't think I was going to make it.
Welcome to Both Mics, everybody.
Hey, folks, this is a show about nothing and everything. Is Mike Sofka.
And he is Mike Taylor. And together, we are Both Mics.
Both Mics. Welcome to show number 35 of Both Mics, heard everywhere podcasts can be heard. Like iHeartRadio and right here live on twitch.tv/Both Mics. Check us out live every Friday night, around 7-ish or so, if we don't have technical difficulties. Good morning. What's happening, sir? How's things?
Oh, tragic day, technically, but we got through it. And I'm amazed this shit show's at episode 35. Are you?
That's like a half a year. Like we've been doing this. Yeah, podcast's been around for over 10 years, and we're late to the show, but
that's all right.
Hopefully we're big and famous one day, and people come back and listen to these virgin episodes that we've been doing.
And they go, "Wow, these guys used to suck."
Yeah, they can't even get a fucking bit together. And yeah, look at the hodgepodge they got there. God, they were running bare bones. Yeah, well, all you need to do now is just get a hold of us and get one of these Both Mic stickers and make us famous.
Yeah, there you go.
Give us a shout out somewhere on one of our platforms, Facebook, YouTube.
All right, you know what this first picture is here?
Hey, how you doing? Oh no, that's something different. That appears to be some sort of Alexa device.
It is. And the first story I have for us tonight is from BusinessInsider.com. Teen girl called Alexa legally changed her name and switched schools after relentless bullying for her having the same name as the Amazon assistant.
I could picture it. Now, Alexa. I knew an Alexa who used to hang out at the roller rink back in the day, and she was known for being a loose girl, a little floozy, as you might say. And like every time I hear Alexa,
she's listening.
Yeah, yeah, sure. I have no clue where the hell she is, or even what her last name is. But yeah, she was very friendly with the boys, and every time I hear Alexa, I think of that. So, like, like when your son was born, well, okay, son is a little different. If you had a daughter, like when my daughter was born, there were certain names I couldn't call her. Like I couldn't call her Angela because it reminded me of somebody in particular, and things like that. So yeah, I would never, name my daughter Alexa, even though it's kind of a cool name and unique. Yeah, I couldn't do it. So well, I could see the issue she's having.
Well, they're saying that she's been getting bullied by not only students but teachers as well. I mean, I was trying to think of either from another student. I guess it depends on the age. I don't have that, but either from the student side or the teacher side. Give me what is the abuse? Tell me what it is. Okay. Is it Alexa, go wipe my ass? I mean, what are they saying?
Well, Alexa, do your homework.
Yeah.
Alexa, pay attention. Just the cadence of your voice.
Right.
That's got to be what it is. Alexa, play Both Mics podcast.
Exactly. That's what we need to get her to do. We need her to have the Both Mics podcast on her phone, and when they say, well, no, she's changed her name already, but we'll still get her to do it. And then, yeah, that's what she'll do. I like it.
All right, we have a suggestion from the chat room.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, I deleted that comment. You should get shirts that say Both Mics, the Seinfeld of podcasts.
Yeah, well, it is a show about nothing. That's the same thing. You're absolutely right.
And everything. We took it one step farther.
Right.
Yeah. No, there'd be no libel there.
I'm willing to take a chance. I'm willing to roll the dice. We'll have them made in Canada. Sneak them across the border.
Right, or in China, and they'll be even cheaper then. So.
No, I'm not going to put out a cheap shirt, dude. I need a shirt. It happened to me one time. I went to a show and I bought a Cheap Trick shirt from the authorized merch table. It was at the House of Blues in Orlando 25 years ago or whatever. And I've got the shirt, and like the second wearing, it was actually literally falling apart. And this was before that threadbare thing was a thing. And I was like, I even wrote them a letter and said, cheap, Cheap Trick, it's cheap shit is what you're selling in the merchandise booth there. I was a little disappointed. Have you ever had that happen?
No. Well, I did just recently. I think you made a comment that I had a Magellan T-shirt on at one point.
Yeah.
I don't like Magellan. I don't like the company. I don't like the type of people that.
I thought you were a fan of the dude that went around the world in his ship back in the 1500s or whatever.
Oh, nice. But yeah, I was at Academy Sports. Okay, there goes that sponsor, and they had Magellan shirts there, extra large, and they were $4.99. I'm like, I can't pass up a $4.99 T-shirt, cotton shirt, and yeah, they're kind of stretchy and kind of like losing their form figure after 2 or 3 washings. So yeah, it was a $4.99 T-shirt, and it was worth $4.99. You know,
well,
and it had nice graphics.
You know what I found? Like, you can buy if you go online to the NFL.com store or the NHL.com or the NBA.com, what have you, you can buy jerseys, but they're expensive for the game.
Yes.
Like authentic, they're like $300, $400 for a jersey like that, and they obviously, a lot of these are like Nike and so forth, and they're made in China. And what happens is some of these Chinese shops, they have the authorization to make these jerseys. So they make let's say they're going to make 5,000 jerseys for the NFL. Well, they're going to make 4,000 in the other half of the warehouse, and those are going out the back door. They're going to have no middleman there, and they're going to sell them for $50 a piece on the internet. And people are going to buy them because they don't want to spend $400 on the same thing just because they're buying it from the site. I've seen the product. I've seen it, and it looked legit to me. I don't know how you tell counterfeit products, but
yep, happens all the time. You get off a cruise ship in Belize, and there's like this gigantic store with all these perfectly handcrafted Louis Vuitton bags. And you look at them, and they're stitched properly, and they have the right labels, and the things are the right color. And like, okay, how does this happen in the backwoods of frickin' Belize? Yep, fell off a boat somewhere.
Well, they're big sellers in Belize. Everybody there can afford to buy one of those, right? Shit.
Yeah.
You could probably tally up the population, have them push all their money together. They'd be lucky to buy one.
Yeah. Belize is like the size of Rhode Island, and it's a country, So, how's things?
You know what? I'm falling asleep over here. You know what time it is.
Uh-oh. What time is it? I'm in the way.
Boss, look, an alien! Where?
Warning! Alien approaching! Warning! Biophysical experiments extremely dangerous to Earth people!
It's a pretty good robot. He's a little bit of an alien, too. But I think he's an alien. You could be an alien robot, right? Like, not all robots are domestic.
I computed the aliens. They are capable of sinister and dangerous acts.
You weird alien, man!
All right, I'm going to try to bring us back in the screen. Hey, there I am. There you are. Mike with the artificial frozen face. That was good. I like it.
So tired.
Nice.
Sleepy.
Did you see Biden doing that this past week?
No.
He'll be talking. He'll be talking, and he'll be making no sense, and he'll lean up to the microphone and go, "Because I said it needs to be." Or, "Do you know why we have unemployment? You need to pay more." You need to pay more. It's like creepy Uncle Joe voice there. Have you seen that?
I avoid politics.
Yeah, so do I. I try to, but it popped into my head there. It popped into my head. Hey, the reason why I brought up the alien update is our boy Elon Musk.
Oh, Lord.
Our boy here says SpaceX's competitor, ULA, would be dead as a doornail without the Pentagon's help.
Well, yeah.
He's basically saying UAL is being propped up by the government to give him some sort of I think it's artificial competition. I don't think it's the same. You know what I mean? I think they're doing it to make it look like, hey, we got these other options here. We're just happen to go with Bezos.
Hey, we're not a monopoly.
Supposedly, he tweeted this. He said UAL would be dead as a doornail without the two-launch provider DoD requirement. This is not true. Then you won't have a problem removing it. Your parent company, Lockheed, darkened the skies with lobbyists to ensure F-35 was single source. Seems a little inconsistent. So he's saying the government wants to have it both ways, and I get it. I'm sure that's, and all this shit's political, like we talked about before. I mean, can you imagine the battle? This is the Twitter battle here. Is Elon Musk taking over for Trump with the Twitter wars?
Right. So tired.
Musk has previously referenced UAL receiving $1 billion annual subsidy from the Pentagon, and last year called the competitor a complete waste of taxpayer money.
That's amazing.
That's him saying, give me that billion.
Right? Yeah. Which would make sense. Well, it would make sense to be better spent with him, but does it also create a monopoly in a way? I don't know. You know, I guess you got to spread the money around just to make it look good, regardless of results.
Apparently this has to do with all the launches. The CEOs are referring to an Air Force agreement. This is according to CNBC.com, so it must be true. They're referring to an Air Force agreement commonly called ELC. In a hearing 5 years ago before the Armed Services Subcommittee, the late Senator John McCain summarized ELC and its relationship with ULA, a company that was formed in 2006, combining Boeing and Lockheed Martin's rocket businesses in a 50-50 partnership. The purpose of the ELC was to ensure that ULA, as the sole launch provider at the time, could be ready to launch when critical national security payloads were needed. In other words, when they need to put up a spy satellite.
Right.
I say, you know what? Screw it. Give the money to Musk and let him run this whole shit. I mean, I kind of like the guy. You?
Yeah, no, he seems to be able to get things done and doesn't seem like too much of a moron.
He's an alien still, though. Can you trust him?
Saw him on Saturday Night Live, and I don't know, I wasn't overly impressed, but he actually has a sense of humor, self-loathing a little bit, and he seems like an all right guy. So, but is that a reason to give him $1 billion? I don't know.
He went on the Joe Rogan podcast and was smoking weed. Maybe we need to have him smoke weed on our podcast.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Well, one retweet, and I think we'd be set for a little while.
Yeah, I just need him to retweet it. Yeah, that's all I need. That would be awesome. I'm still convinced he's an alien. I'm still convinced these other guys are aliens. Bezos, Zuckerberg, who am I leaving off here? Gates.
Yeah. Both
Branson.
Mike's is Elon Musk's favorite podcast, just to clarify.
And again, go back in time, Ben Franklin. Go back way in time, Homer and the Odyssey.
Mike's the number one Ben Franklin podcast.
Yeah, Da Vinci. I mean, all these, Socrates, Plato, all these people throughout history who changed people, who changed our culture, who changed human beings' life on Earth.
And think on a different level.
They do, and I sit here and wonder, with all the the billions of people on the planet, there's only one or two. I mean, that's better odds. You have better odds of winning the lottery than you do of being right. Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos.
Correct.
So I need to run out and get a ticket. I'll be right back. No, I get it, and they're doing the political stuff and the chess matches and so forth with putting different tweets in space and trying to stay ahead of public opinion and trying to create the narrative rather than respond to the narrative. So I get it all. There's a guy, though, that wants to be kind of like them, and he did something kind of funky here. There's a picture on a video of Xbox card, and it shows for free, and this is an ill representation, but this guy basically got Xbox cards for free. How did he do this? He worked for Microsoft. Now, this guy's name is Volodymyr Kovashuk. He moved from Ukraine to the U.S. for a career in computer science and wound up working as an engineer for Microsoft. This is according to TheVerge.com. Now, his job was to look for flaws in how Microsoft processed payments by buying things like physical hardware using a company card with a fake login. Microsoft knew enough not to send him a Dell PC every time he ordered one, but Xbox gift cards were bought online and sent to an email box, weren't accounted for, which was an opening for him that he couldn't ignore. It also was just the thing he needed to earn a few quick millions. Now, according to this guy, Austin Carr from TheVerge.com, he started small, generating Xbox cards in increments of $10 to $100. But his haul quickly escalated. By the time federal agents caught up with him almost 2 years later, he had stolen 152,000 Xbox cards worth $10.1 million and was living off the proceeds in a 7-figure lakefront home with plans of buying a ski chalet, a yacht, and a seaplane. This past November, a judge sentenced him to 9 years in prison.
How many million did he get?
10.1 million. That's like $1 million per year in prison. That might be worth it.
Yeah. But when he gets out of jail, is that those millions still going to be there? No, they're gonna take all of that in restitution.
Well, he's a former football player, and he played tight end. Of course, he's going to come out of prison a wide receiver.
Correct. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, all that for that short little payoff. That doesn't seem worth it, I know. You can get your refunds at bothmikes.com.
Yes. Ain't happening. Go
Think
away.
about that, though. I mean, can you imagine? You know what he was doing? He was taking these Xbox cards, he was selling them, and he was buying Bitcoin with them. And he got in Bitcoin in the right time, and that ramped up and helped him make a ton of money.
Wow. Okay. So now I guess the proceeds from that or the dividends from that, does that just get confiscated and it goes back as restitution? Because, basically the dividends isn't Microsoft's money.
Yeah, well, I don't know, and I that begs the question. And this is that continuing narrative that they try to push, where only criminals are using the cryptocurrency. I don't find that to be true. I think they're trying to downplay it. It's a big deal with the central bank and everything. I don't want to bore you with all that blah 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 here, but basically, I think instead of putting this guy in prison, okay, I say you make him return all the proceeds, and I say you hire the guy. You hire the guy to look for shit like this. Now, Microsoft hired him. I'm not talking about Microsoft hiring him. I'm talking about the FBI hiring him so he can look for this shit and you can keep tabs on this guy. What do you think?
Kind of like the Catch Me If You Can guy.
Yeah.
Back in the day, was his Frank something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
DiCaprio was in that movie, right?
Yeah. Great movie. One of my favorites.
Anyway, steal some Xbox cards, sell them for Bitcoin, and become a Branson, a Musk, become an alien.
Yeah, I don't know if that's FBI material. The guy came up with a simple scheme that anybody could think of. You steal. It's not as complicated as the Catch Me If You Can guy who became a lawyer and a pilot and was doing all kinds of crap for years in his teens, no less. Yeah. God, what's this? Frank something? Drive me nuts when I
Frank Caliendo.
Yeah, Frankie Bag of Donuts. How you doing?
T-Mobile is announcing a $200 5G smartphone.
Okay.
I'm going to have to check this out. It's called the carrier's lowest priced for 5G connected phone. This is according to CNET.com. T-Mobile has announced another 5G smartphone for a reasonably low price tag on Wednesday. T-Mobile said it would soon be releasing the REVVL V Plus 5G for $199 in stores on July 12th. You can purchase one for $8.34 a month plus the cost of your monthly plan. The smartphone will be exclusive to T-Mobile and its counterpart Metro PCS. I want to know what the difference is. I want to see what the difference is between the $1,200 phone and a $200 phone.
Yeah, exactly.
What am I giving up?
Yeah, you would think there'd be a difference. You know, it's probably, you know what? It's probably nothing. You know, I remember back in the day working for a supermarket and going to the aisle because I needed aspirin, so I got store brand acetaminophen. Opened the box up, opened the bottle, pulled out the cotton, dumped a couple pills on my hand, and the freaking pill actually said Tylenol on it.
Crazy,
and it was a store brand. So I'll bet you there's no difference. No difference. You know, maybe there's one less quality assurance check on it or something like that. But I'll bet you, in order to make a phone like that, you need the technology, you need the know-how to be able to do it. So either they're making a half-ass phone that's going to break in 2 days, or it's just as good as the next phone for $1,000 more.
Well, my thoughts are maybe they're trimming some of the things, like maybe instead of the 200 million pixel camera, you're going to get the 400 pixel camera, or what are they cutting out? Are you not going to be able to have certain software? Is it only going to have so much memory where you'll be able to receive 5G programming, but you won't be able to do a bunch of things that you could do on the other phone? I think it would be interesting to see the difference in the two. Yeah. So I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to try to figure it out.
Is it a bait and switch type situation? Well, yeah, the phone is $200, but if you want a buzzer or a whistle, it's going to cost you twice that. And if you want all the buzzers and whistles, it's going to cost you the $1,200.
Are they just going to make it shiny and flashy and think that the people that are going to save some... I mean, I can't picture a serious person who is like really uses their phone for their livelihood, for their business. I can't see them taking a shortcut by $1,000 and doing without something that could potentially make them money. I think at a certain point, the savings will either make sense or don't make sense for you.
Yeah. Well, when I got this particular phone, God, I think it was, I'm going to guess 2018, maybe 2019. And it had twice as much storage as my previous phone, which was at its limit. That's when I came to the realization that I do need the storage on the phone. I was never one for apps, but now life has come to the point where you have to have the app. You have to have the Dunkin' Donuts freaking app. Why do I need a Dunkin' Donuts freaking app? You know why? Because I go to the store and there's 20 people in the drive-thru line, and I can order my food literally on the drive-thru line, walk inside, grab it, and be out of there in 5 minutes. McDonald's, Five Guys, freaking burgers. I have Twitch.tv/both mics, the Twitch app I have on here. Of course, Facebook, which you can't. Did you know you can't cancel your Facebook account?
Oh, really?
You cannot cancel and get rid of your Facebook account.
I beg to differ.
You can deactivate it. But you can only deactivate it or activate it. You cannot throw it away.
What if Zuckerberg personally asked for you to be removed?
Yeah. That's I'm sure that's possible. Yeah. But, do you really want to do that? You got better things to do with your time. But yeah, now you need the storage. My life is on here as far as photographs. Granted, it's downloaded to a cloud and a couple of different other sites. But, I have a Royal Caribbean app. I have a freaking Norwegian Cruise Line app. I have TV apps for damn AT&T. Yeah, everything. Snapfish, Lyft, Uber. I have a kitchen timer. iHeartRadio, where you can listen to both mics.
Tinder.
Did I need this stuff 5 years ago? iHeartRadio. Home Depot. I got a Home Depot app. Do you know why I have the Home Depot app? Because you go in the store and you can't find anything. So you go to the Home Depot app and you put in screws.
Do you still
And
have
it'll
that
tell-
grind? Do you still have that grinder app?
I do have the Grinder app, yes. Right, it's right here next to my Plenty of Fish. But with Home Depot, it actually will tell you exactly in the store where a particular product is.
And how many of them they have?
Exactly, yes. And I know the guy in the orange apron hates me when I tell him, well, your app says here that you
Right.
have 12 of them, and I don't see any on the shelf.
Yeah.
Find me at least 2. So, yeah.
I heard the
can't
limo
live
just
without
pulled up
things.
here. The limousine. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's making his way in the studio. Our special guest today is making his way in the studio right now.
Now when... Oh!
Greetings and salutations. How are you, Mike?
Oh, great, great. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very exciting night. We have a very special guest with us this evening. We have a great visitor from the East, the famous safari guide, the all-knowing, the all-seeing, omniscient, and former electronics salesman from the Crazy 80 at 4th and Lexington. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the great Mikestradamus.
Thank you. 1,000
Welcome,
welcomes to you
Mikestradamus.
as well.
We have been waiting for you to hear your infinite wisdom. I have here your envelopes somewhere. There we go. I have your envelopes right here. We have been waiting to hear your infinite wisdom, and I have your envelopes right here. Again, right here.
You still
There
have
are-
them.
I still have them, yes, yes. They have been hermetically sealed and locked in a mayonnaise jar and kept at the bottom of Lake Eola since noon today. No one knows the contents of these envelopes but you, in your infinite wisdom, without ever seeing these envelopes. You and you alone know the answers to these questions inside these envelopes.
I do. And my publicist told me there would be 3 questions tonight, correct?
I have 3, yes.
Perfect.
I present to you your first envelope.
Thank you. Let me reach through over here. There we go. Oh, thank you. Yes. Wow, this is interesting. So to review, I'm going to give you the answer to this question in the envelope. Then I'm going to open the envelope and I'm going to reveal the question.
The question. Number 1, or answer number 1.
Number 1, Jack Black. Hold on, I'm getting it. I'm getting RuPaul and Rodney King. Jack Black, RuPaul, and Rodney King.
Jack, Queen, King.
Let's see what it says here. The question is, name a Jack, a Queen, and a dead king.
Too soon.
Is that too soon?
Too soon.
May you run faster than Mark Furman at the Apollo Theater.
That's a good one.
I like that one. I am ready for question and answer number 2.
Yes. That Mark Furman joke, I actually heard a young boy, probably about 10 or 12 years old, say that once.
Nice.
I have here envelope number 2.
I got question number 2. There we are. Thank you very much. I have the answer coming to me. The answer is screwed, blue, and tattooed. Screwed, blue, and tattooed.
Screw, blue, and tattooed.
Open the envelope here. Smurfette after
Screwed?
Biker Smurf got a hold of her. May Papa Smurf chemically castrate you. I am ready for the final question. I have the answer without seeing the question.
The Mikestradamus last question of the evening. I present to you your last envelope.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The last question. The answer is The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead.
What my wife calls this podcast.
Would that make the Talking Dead?
No, it's the Waking Dead here.
Okay.
You know what?
Just checking up on.
I have a special blessing for you before I leave. May your proctologist have abnormally large fingers.
Again.
Again. Thank you. I need to go. I need to catch my limo. It's been a wondrous thing to be here. I'll see you next time.
And by limo, he means a smart car Uber.
And just like that, he's on his carpet and he's out of here.
Oh, it was the carpet today? I thought it was the smart car. My bad.
I thought it's the carpet limo. It had like another carpet attached to the back of the carpet there.
It was the large Persian rug? Okay, I get it.
Yeah. He had a velvet Elvis he was carrying with him as well. I don't know what that's about.
Nice. Wow. Did anybody in your family ever have the large velvet Elvis?
Not that I can remember. I do remember velvet what's that when it's trippy pictures and different colors and
Like
black velvet.
Psychedelic,
Yes,
optical
yes.
illusion type thing. Yeah. I had an aunt who lived out in Washington in the apple and cherry country there in the Yakima Valley, and she had a large velvet Elvis that she prominently displayed in her double wide trailer. It was nice. It was really nice. Sure. So what else is happening today? Got a long weekend coming ahead.
Have you heard about all this Britney Spears stuff?
Yes.
Apparently, and there's a nice picture of her right there if you're on the video. If not, check it out on twitch.tv/bothmikes or on our YouTube channel. Look for that on the website as well. But she looks like the 2 o'clock in the morning, all the other hoes have left the bar type Britney Spears there. I mean, she looks like rode hard, put up wet trailer park Britney.
Yeah, and I think it's a shame of what they're doing to her. If she is capable enough to get on stage and run a stage show in Vegas for it seems like years now, at least months, she should be able to have some sort of semblance of mind to run her own life, and really doesn't need the assistance of people, especially family, when it seems like they're doing it for their own personal gain. So
Well, it seems like they've been having Britney out in front dancing for the family bank, ever since she was a teenager, basically. So she's 39 now. And they had this legal arrangement, I think, because a while ago, she was making weird statements. She was doing weird things. I think she shaved her head at one point. I mean, she was wacko. She's kind of out there, kind of like Madonna does sometimes. She goes off the deep end there. Well, the wealth management firm that was appointed to manage Britney Spears' finances with her father is resigning as a result of the pop star's explosive comments deriding the conservatorship that has controlled her life for more than a decade. This is according to BuzzFeedNews.com, so it must be true. In a document filed Thursday in Los Angeles County Superior Court, Bessemer Trust requested to withdraw as co-conservator of Spears' estate because of the 39-year-old singer's objections to the legal argument. Last week, Spears asked the judge in public at an emotional hearing to end the court-mandated conservatorship, saying she believed it was abusive and was preventing her from living her full life. So I don't know. I can see both sides of this in a way, but if she's found legally competent and not totally insane, I say give her money. Let her do it.
Here's the thing, and you ring a bell true. You were talking about the whole shave your head thing back in 2008. Her being 39 years old now, so that's 13 years, 13 minus 39 minus 13, 26 years old. There is something there's something that happens to people at the age of 26, 27, 28. You can even see this in bands, right? You have a band, they're young, they're best friends, they're great, and they're a band of brothers, they're a gang. You've heard it many times. We're a gang. And then like you start getting into your 30s, and all of a sudden people have attitudes. People have like they're defending their property. They're defending their themselves. And you see it all the time. Bands break up because of it, because people get their individuality. There you go. People acquire their individuality, and people change. And I remember being in that age and deciding in my brain that things need to change. I will no longer be enslaved to an employer. I had a completely different point of view on how to live my life and how to just be me. And you also talk about the 27 Club. Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix.
Lots of rock stars die at 27.
What's that? Lots
of rock stars die at 27. I thought I was going to be one of them.
Yep. Yeah, to 27. And because there's that significant shift in a person's life. And it might also have to do with the physiology of a person. Is that, if I'm saying that word correct? They say that your brain only thinks that you're alive until 27 years old. And then, like, it's the whole ripening and rotting thing. If you're not ripening, you're rotting. Well, you ripen until you're 27, then you start to rot. And before you know it, you need a knee replacement. So, like, all these things combined...
That explains my life right there.
Right?
I'm fucking rotten.
Yeah. That whole section of your life, when you're actually no longer a child or an adolescent or even a young adult, and you start to, like, become your own person, is in that roundhouse of, I'd say, 27 to 33. You become who you are during that section of your life. And obviously she lost her mind and she did some stupid things, and she was trying to get her individuality, and she was being ruled by the world, because she was the most famous thing on the planet at that time. She's on stage making out with Madonna. She was the hot thing. She was the flavor of the month.
When I dated her, she wasn't that hot. I mean, she.
Okay.
I ruined it.
So yeah, she was trying to get her individuality, and people pushed back, and they put all these constraints on her, and told the world that she was unable to, I guess, fend for herself or make her own decisions as need be. And they had ulterior motives, I'm sure. I'm sure no one in that family has had a job since 1999. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it comes to the point where they're fighting for their freedom,
but
because
she's proven that she doesn't have very good choice in life partners and things of that nature. She seems to not have her shit together outside of, she does one thing well, and God bless her, it's making money for everybody. So I think as long as they deem her not a physical threat to herself or her children or anybody else, and as long as she has, full capacity. I mean, like you said, she can go on stage and sing and dance her ass off for, 2 hours at a time. But Is that muscle memory? Is that old hat? You know how they say you don't forget how to ride a bike? Is it the same type thing? She's been doing it so long she can't screw it up, so she just goes through the motions, and maybe mentally she's just not there.
Here's the thing that was left out from what I understand. All right, you put these constraints on her. You took her, not took her money, but you basically held her hand with her expenses, and you had someone else basically running her life financially for her. But they did not have a plan executed or even written down of what is needed for her to regain the control of her life. I don't know if you know anything about social services and child protective services and whatnot. I have an ex that's in that program, that runs that program basically for Orlando. And if you have your children taken away, and you can kind of make a parallel to this, there's steps you need to do that are written down, that are there, and that you need to do this, and this. You need to go to this council. You need to go to this program. You need to stop this. You need to start this. You need to do this. You need to have this. Then you get your children back. You check off your boxes. You get your children back. There's no plan like this for her that she needs to do this, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Check off the boxes.
Yeah.
You get your finances back. There was no plan like that. So people just kept sucking at the teat, and finally she's getting, she's pushing back, and more than likely it probably has something to do with the guy she's seeing now. You never know.
Well, speaking of rich superstars, Bill Cosby was let out of prison recently.
Hey. What?
He went in as strawberry Jello, came out as a Jello pudding pop.
Pudding pop?
Yeah, they let him out 2 years. Apparently, there was a stunning decision in court, as according to CNN.com, so it must be true. He was released from prison Wednesday after Pennsylvania's highest court overturned his sexual assault conviction, saying the disgraced actor's due process rights were violated. Wow. So he's getting out on a technicality. They're not saying he didn't do these things. In 2018, he was sentenced for 3 to 10 years in state prison for drugging and sexually assaulting Andrea Costin at his home in 2004. Bill Cosby is 83.
Wow, he's 83. Yeah. So is this, they overturned his conviction. Now, is this one of these things where they can recharge him or no?
I'm sure there's a bunch of other cases that they probably gave up on, being he was already incarcerated, and weighing out the average life expectancy and all that stuff. Figured he's going to be, 90 when he gets out. If he lives that long, he'll probably die in prison either way. So,
right.
Pretty crazy stuff.
And he'd probably move to Florida and get killed this weekend during that hurricane.
I've seen on TV and on funny memes and so forth. They're talking about the a guy goes to the bar and he's ordering drinks for him and his girlfriend, and he's like, "I'll have a Miller Lite and a Bill Cosby for my date."
Not funny, but funny.
I want to come out with that drink. I want to come out with the Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby. They're like the.
They have a shot like that called the panty dropper. I don't know what's in it. I forget.
Right. You ever have there's a shot out there called a Lindsay Lohan. You ever have one of those?
No.
No. It's a red-headed slut with a little Coke.
See, that's a good one.
Yeah, my friend JC told me that one.
I like that one.
Thanks, JC.
Check out this next picture here. Tell me what you think that is.
Looks like a Greek wedding.
Close.
Broken plates, right?
No. A California school has been stripped of their title after some players of the opposing, after they threw tortillas at the opposing team after beating them in the championship. This is according to the AP, the Associated Press, and NBC News. Let me give you a framework here. The governing body for high school sports in California on Wednesday stripped a Southern California high school of its basketball division championship after some of its players threw tortillas at the opposing team, which was from a largely Latino school. Coronado High School will lose its boys 4A regional championship because of the degrading and demeaning behavior following the June 19th Division Championship game, according to a statement from California Interscholastic Federation.
All right. Now, do you think that this has happened in the past?
Well, yeah, because the picture I showed you was from a friggin' football game, not even the basketball game that this happened at. The basketball game, there was video. You could see people supporting the team. I'm not sure if they were players, but throwing, like they opened a pack of tortillas and threw them all in the air. I want to know how they got all them fucking things unstuck, because they're always friggin' stuck together when I open them up. I would have thrown it, it would have been a brick, it would have killed somebody. I'd be in jail for murder.
That's great. Yeah, so that my question answered. So yeah, it's been done in the past. Now all of a sudden it's not politically correct and it's wrong to do, and they got caught and they, with their pants down, and there's repercussions from it. Typical.
I think it's hilarious in a way. I mean, yeah, I guess if I was Latino, I would feel slighted. I would feel that was racist and all that. But I think it's comical. I think it says where we are today. It is what it is. Why can't we laugh about our differences together? Why can't I got friends like that are different races, different colors, different persuasions, have different beliefs one way or another, religious or whatever. And
Yep.
If we're able to get together on it, we do, and if we're not, we're not.
Exactly. And I hate to fall back on the saying there's stereotypes for a reason. There's stereotypes for a reason. People are annoying.
I mean,
People
it's
are
not
stupid.
like they went to Taco Bell and got a bunch of tacos and threw them at them. They just threw the tortillas. They didn't want to waste the meat.
So that can get expensive,
I want to know whose idea that was. Hey, Johnny, after we beat this team, let's throw a bunch of tortillas at them. How's that conversation go? Hey, man, before the game. Hey, man, you got the tortillas? Yeah, man, I got the tortillas. Oh, shit. Why am I doing that in a Latino voice? That's not good. That's Mike Sofka at bothmikes.com.
Yeah, it's all right. You're good.
But your significant other's a Dallas Cowboy fan, right?
Those people.
You have HBO in your house? I know you said you don't watch a bunch of TV.
I try to avoid it. No, don't have it. The wife, God, years ago, she's like, we need to go to a Dallas Cowboys game. And I'm like, I will never go to a Dallas Cowboys game. But if the New York Giants are playing the Cowboys, I'll go see a Giants game. And it was great. Oh, it was awesome. Romo threw like 3 interceptions by the beginning of the second quarter. They were booing him every time Jerry Jones, or is that the guy's name? They put him on the jumbotron. They were booing him.
Nice.
$1 billion stadium, beautiful stadium. You ever get a chance to go?
I've been there.
Really?
Yeah, I went to see the Gators play in a season home
Final
opener.
Four or something, right?
What's that?
Was it the Final Four?
No, it was the Gator football team was playing Michigan in the first game of the year back in 2017. My brother and I went. It was cool.
Oh.
It was a good time. We had a great time that trip.
Vaguely remember that, but yeah, 5 hours away from where I was living. So.
Well, the Dallas Cowboys, according to NFL.com, are the team that's going to be on HBO and NFL Films' groundbreaking docuseries, which is returning August 10th on HBO, to provide an all-access look over 5 episodes at the training camp of one of the league's most renowned franchises. The selection of the Cowboys for the 2021 edition of Hard Knocks was announced Friday, making the 3rd time the club has been featured. They were also featured in 2002 and 2008.
2002?
Mm-hmm. Really?
2008.
Have you ever watched one of those? Have you ever seen one of those episodes?
No. Did they do it on the AFL too? I remember the Arena League had a show similar to that, and it was it followed the Kiss, the LA Kiss. And they had a show like that, and
that's all Gene Simmons right there.
Yeah. One of the owners from the Predators was also one of those, the co-owner with Gene and Paul for the LA Kiss, and it was all a lot about him, and I watched it because of him. But no, I haven't watched any of it, and I know in 2011, 2012 season, the Cowboys did some of their training camp in San Antonio. So I was wondering, that they didn't do it that year. And they used to do their training camp every year back in the 80s and 90s at the university in Austin, Texas that I went to, St. Edward's University.
Wow.
They had a soccer field, and they would do their training camp on the soccer field at St. Edward's University in Austin, Texas, where I went to college.
Well, there's another football team in the news. If you're looking at the video, that's a picture. You know what that's a picture of?
I have not a clue.
That's Dan Snyder. He was technically the owner of the Washington football team, the team with no name because Redskins is racist.
Have they come up with a name yet?
No, and the NFL is fining him $10 million, and he's had to relinquish day-to-day operations because of, get this is according to theathletic.com, the NFL fined Washington football team $10 million as a result of an investigation into the team's culture, including allegations of sexual harassment and other workplace misconduct. The league announced Thursday the money will be donated to charity. So he's trying to get out of this situation, I guess. They're saying there's a lot of bullying and intimidation, and I guess it's the front office situation that's bad. And they're saying the commissioner concluded that for many years the workplace environment at the Washington football team, both generally and particularly for women, was highly unprofessional, the NFL said in a statement.
So a lot of locker room talk, huh?
I guess.
Yeah, so imagine that. A football team, locker room, and there's a lot of locker room talk. A bunch of guys who are alpha.
I guess we're being shielded from the actual truth or the actual allegations. You know, they're speaking in general terms here. So, I mean, what's a bad work environment to one person to another? I'm not trying to downplay it. I'm not trying to minimize sexual allegations or sexual harassment or anything like that. What I'm trying to say is, without them telling us what these allegations were, I have no idea what my opinion of this is. Well, who gives a shit, Mike? You're right. Who gives a shit about my opinion? But I'm giving it to you anyway.
Yeah, that and a quarter will get you a phone call.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how all that shakes out in the NFL. I have one more thing for us today that I definitely wanted to get to, and I'm glad we did. I'm glad I didn't run out of time on this because I like this. There's a picture of a cow.
Apparently, yes.
Big cow there, okay? According to theguardian.com, studies suggest bacteria in a cow's stomach can break down plastic.
Really?
Scientists find microorganisms from the bovine stomach have ability to degrade polyesters in lab setting. Bacteria found in one of the compartments of a cow's stomach can break down plastic, the research suggests. This has solved every problem. I don't understand why Greenpeace and all these people are talking about the plastics. I know there's an island of plastic out there. Put a bunch of cows on a boat and send them out there and have them. Instead, they want to eliminate cows now. They're saying the methane's destroying the atmosphere and you shouldn't eat anything with a face. So they're working against themselves. They got to decide, if you're the greener frame of mind, do you want to get rid of plastic or do you want to get rid of cows? Because you can use the cows to get rid of the plastic.
Now, do we just feed the bottles directly to a cow?
Yeah, I was wondering that when I'm eating a cow later on, am I eating like a Mr. Potato Head? Is it going to be made of plastic? My hamburger?
That's very possible. Yeah, you just feed it like you go to like a petting zoo, and you just come with a bag of bottles.
Yeah.
You
Do I have
feed
to
the
sit there and
cows.
pretend like I'm with the little kid at their little kitchen, yum, 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 like I'm eating my plastic hamburger?
But also, obviously it's a stomach, and if it's a stomach that's anything close to our stomach, we're both mammals.
It's not.
We have acid in our stomach, so
Yeah.
wouldn't acid break down plastic anyway?
I say that's a great experiment, Mike. I say you start eating plastic every day, and we'll see. There you go. Perfect. I've eaten a bag like that before. The contents, anyway. Nice. We're getting to that point in the show where it's time for shout-outs. Anybody you want to say hi to, Mike?
Hi, Mom. Hi,
Hey.
Dad.
Hey, Mom. We are wrapping up here, but
Happy 4th of July.
I do want to thank everybody for joining us on episode 35 here.
35.
I want to give a couple of shout-outs to my man Gino Losi. If you're interested in going fishing anywhere in Florida, call up my man Gino Losi. Look him up online, ginolosi.com. Check out the YouTube pages. Check out the monster fish and the amount of fish this dude catches. It's crazy. You definitely want to hook up with him to go fishing when you're in Florida. And, of course, check out in Florida as well my friends at the Melon Patch Theater. Dustin Levine does a great job as director there. It's community theater, yeah, but it's done well. I've been there. I've seen productions there. It's a good place to catch a show. And You know what? Maybe you want to donate some money, too. They could use that as well. Keep it local while they're keeping it Broadway-like at the Melon Patch Theater in Leesburg. Jeez, I'm all talked out.
Good. Get a good night's sleep.
Yeah, right?
Well,
I can only hope. Look,
I'm
I think we
lucky.
had a good show. We talked about a lot of stuff. We talked about the girl named Alexa. We talked about throwing tortillas at people.
And your mom.
Yeah, what else could you want? The Dallas Cowboys, the Washington. Hey, there you go. There's a picture of the
You want a
stickers.
sticker. A Both Mics sticker. And just hit us up anywhere you find us. Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. We'll get you there. Just ask for one.
I like it, and I like the idea of you get your sticker, then you take a picture wherever you put the sticker. Maybe it's on your ass, maybe it's on the tile wall in the bathroom. Put it up, hand it to somebody, give them to somebody, and turn them on to the show. That's how it's going to happen for us.
Stick it on someone's car. Yeah, we won't get an email.
I asked for that same glue cheap trick used. I got that idea from them where they used to stick them on all the toll booths. Back in the day, we used to stop at a toll booth. They stuck them on there, and they would go back through the same toll booths to see. And the stickers were on there for years, they said. It's like people couldn't get the shit off there. It was great.
Well, people got stuff to do. You're going to stand there in traffic and peel a sticker off?
I think it's a great idea.
Real quick story.
Yeah.
Had friends
We got
back
2 minutes.
when they were in Garden State Parkway.
Yeah.
Girl I knew, a little bit of a ditz, and before right, before Easy Pass. So the Garden State Parkway was 25 cents for a toll. So she comes blazing up to the freaking toll plaza, misses the basket, and backs up a little bit to throw her quarter in, and then she hits the gas pedal and flies backwards out of the freaking toll plaza. Luckily, no one behind her. But yeah, a little bit of a ditz.
I was at a toll booth. I can tell you where I was. I was on a 417 out by Sanford. By the when you're going over that big body of water there in Sanford.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's
it's out in the
St.
middle of
John's.
nowhere. It's a Saturday night. It's 10 o'clock. The E-Pass lane wasn't on yet. This is 20 years ago. They didn't have that shit 25 years ago like they have it now. The guy in front of me was asking directions to Los Angeles, California. Like, what the fuck are we doing
it's not
here? I'm trying to get just move. Go buy a map. Back in the day, you used to use these things called maps.
Right? Yeah, no.
Anyway.
Unreal. Get on I-10 and go west.
Yeah,
And,
pretty much. I was.
Also, a buddy of mine, his birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday, Paul. From the passenger seat, we'd take a quarter, and every time we'd just go over the top. And he actually made it in.
Nice.
Yeah. Hey, because I would just pull up to the damn toll booth, beat my horn, and then go on my way. back in the day when you could do that. Broke teenager don't even have a damn quarter.
Hey, thanks for joining us today for episode 35. We look forward to seeing.
Folks.
We look forward to seeing and hearing you again soon. Thanks again. We'll talk with you next time.
Ciao.